Hi folks, it's Colin Fraser. Welcome to our Raza tutorial and design series. In this particular video, I want to talk about what we call the first content section of the home page. It's kind of a unique section because we have a large header, a sort of descriptor like a large paragraph, and then a smaller paragraph. Then we have sort of what we call the vertical call to action, and then just a regular series of blocks of content right here using some columns, and below that we have the counter. Now with the setup, this is, if you can, the closer you can keep the content to the same number of characters as you see in the default design, then the better the overall look is, because you know what it's going to look like. So if you try and keep it to 4 words over here and keep the same number of paragraphs and the same number of characters, it's just a section that we sort of designed to introduce your website, give a little bit of what are some of the key features of your website, and you can even link to those different pages in your site. Same with this over here. You can use this as a menu. Just change the words, pick the 4 most important pages in your site and link to those. Right? It doesn't have to be sort of a call to action. It can actually be a linkable tool. Just hyperlink the text. Right? But one of the key, or 2 of the key things you just need to keep in mind is the heading right here. This is a fixed width heading. This triangle right here, we use some SVG graphics. The graphics require a height and a width. So when it comes to the first title and then the secondary title, this little piece over here will flow with the text. So the more text you have, it's going to push out and cap the last word off. So that's a nice feature. But just when you're designing it, try and keep the words short and sweet, so that it's sort of, you know, don't use 4 or 5 words for the main title, because it's going to push into the text on the right. Right? Of course you can remove the text, but it's just going to look a little bit goofy. So that's just something to keep in mind. But more importantly, this you can edit in the page without any special treatment or knowledge. Down below we have the counter, and the counter is kind of cool because it scrolls up, or it counts up as the page loads. So if we review this, you see that it scrolls into place and it loads up the number. So the things you would probably want to change would be the icon, the number, and the text. So let's just pop into Dreamweaver and figure out where all that information is located. So we'll start off by going into our library and our components folder. Okay. And we're going to open up the counters and index. Okay, and right here is the index LBI. We're going to open that up. And this is one of the things you will want to do in code view. The icon that's displayed, it's listed in the counter 1 icon div container, or basically just look for the icon class. There it is right there. FA, a line chart, and heartbeat. So just change those if you're not sure how. Read up on our tutorial on working with Font Awesome icons and just replace the icon name right there. The second thing you'll want to take a look at is the label. It's just in regular text: creative projects, satisfied customers, cups of coffee, and late night pizzas. And third would actually be the data 2 number. In other words, the number that is displayed in the page. So the 999, the 1560, etc. Well, that's information that's listed right here in the data 2. Just change that number to whatever you want it linked or listed to, and that's what will show up in the page. And that's really all there is to it, just those 4 components. If you want to remove a counter, you'll just need to select the entire counter and the comment tags and delete it, and then only 3 will show up.